Hey, Pat and Dave back for another episode of Shop Talk, where today we've got the all-new Polaris XPEDITION as well as the General XP. So Dave, we're going to be comparing these two a little bit, kind of explaining what they're about, but give us a little history lesson on General. Like, where'd that come from and where are we at now?
Yeah, General was launched back in 2015, and since then it's been gaining in popularity because it's got so many uses. It's great, and it's what we call a crossover machine. So initially built off a RZR, but with added comfort and capability, it's a great machine for the trail ride, and you can do some utility function with it as well.
Nice. So when we talk about that, that's crossover. When we look at Polaris XPEDITION, here we're talking all about adventure riding, right? And what does that mean? When you think adventure, what does that really mean to you when you talk an adventure class vehicle like Polaris XPEDITION?
Yeah, when we're talking adventure, it was all about getting you and your gear further out in the backcountry, taking that 72-hour adventure. So we built the Polaris XPEDITION actually the ground up with adventure in mind, and that's why we're separating crossover from an adventure segment with all new product Polaris XPEDITION.
Nice. All right, well, let's focus a little bit on General first and kind of walk through a few areas on that rig. And I think the first one is kind of how do we expect people to use it? What kind of riding or gear are you going to bring with on a General?
Yeah, so really, General, people use mostly for trail riding. It's fantastic on the trail. Like I just mentioned, originally built off a RZR, it's got that performance with 100 horsepower. It's got the suspension with 14 inches of travel, Walker Evans shock, but then we gave it a dump box and a really comfortable interior. So it's a great full day trail riding machine.
Nice. So when you think, I heard you mention dump box, right? How much can that thing hold, and kind of what else can you store and bring with you when you're talking General?
Yeah, it's got a pretty good sized dump box with the tailgate on it, so it's great to bring enough gear for the day of trail riding. So you can put the cooler back there, you can put a spare tire, we have accessory racks and storage containers that go back there, so you can definitely bring all your gear for a day ride.
Yeah, and for me, I always bring people with when I'm out riding, right? So how many people can I haul in a General?
Yeah, well, side-by-sides are all about socializing and showing other people the experience, right? So on General, you can we have a 2-seat as well as a 4-seat. And the beauty about the 4-seat is the rear seats are really comfortable. It's got the same seats in the front as the back. I call it first-class comfort for 4.
Nice. And then the other thing I think about, when I'm rocking a General is kind of what's the riding season that I can operate in, right? Obviously, bone stock comes with an open cockpit like this, but what can you add on to, knock off that cool morning air or be able to ride in the summer or winter?
Yeah, as you mentioned, it comes with half doors, but through our accessory suite, you can enclose the cab. We've got 2 offerings with upper half doors or full doors that you can put on the vehicle and an accessory heater kit.
Nice. All right, so let's bounce over to Polaris XPEDITION now. And when we talked a little bit about that riding, but what's that adventure weekend look like?
Yeah, well, we were all inspired to do that 72-hour adventure. So we needed it to be able to go further, take more gear, and take more people with you.
Yeah, and then I think the next thing we talked was storage capability, right? So again, we got a couple different box options here, but what can you haul? I mean, it's a lot, right?
Yeah, Polaris XPEDITION again comes in a 2-seat, but then also on the multi-passenger 4-door, it actually comes with 5 seats. And an XP with the dump box, and then the ADV model with actually a static rear box, but it's all about storage. Those seats convert, so the box is actually wider, it's longer than the General XP, and has the new Lock and Ride Max system. So you can really configure the storage and seating to how you're going to use it out on your own adventure.
Nice. I think you already mentioned number of seats, right? But we got 2 and 5, and I was just looking back here, right? And this is exactly what you're talking about, right? You can flip this seat down and get a huge amount of cargo, or flip it up and you're good to go to haul, all your friends with you. So that makes it easy. I think the other big thing then is how do we get year-round capability out of the Polaris XPEDITION? When you think about open air cockpit like we have here, what else do we offer?
Yeah, so just like General, it comes with half doors, and through accessories you can add upper doors or full door again. But really the flagship of Polaris XPEDITION is the North Star model from the factory, full doors, power windows, tip-out windshield, heat and air conditioning, and that's what really makes it unique, is you can buy Polaris XPEDITION with air conditioning, so no matter what season you're in, whether you're going to come across, you're going to be comfortable, and your adventure is going to continue on.
That's fantastic, man. So the other thing that we've been hearing a lot of people ask about, right, is kind of what's your budget? I mean, obviously General XP has been around for a few years, Polaris XPEDITION is all new, kind of where do they stack up?
Yeah, definitely. It's all about the size of your adventure and the size of your budget. So we've got a full suite between General and XPEDITION. No matter your adventure or your budget, we've got you covered.
Nice. All right, so I think just to recap, Dave, you know, both great machines, right? Both have slightly different use cases. Obviously, different storage capability, different hauling, different riding type, different number of people, different HVAC capabilities, you know, slightly different budgets. Overall, both of these are fantastic units. I think that's it for this episode of Shop Talk. Be sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you want to see next.